definitely it.
Anyway, let me have Helger coming. You have a barrage of accusations. Yes, accusations that you watched on.
First of all, I'm just happy that President Mahama has called for immediate investigations into what happened in Obuasi. I mean, these are Ghanaians who have been killed. So there's really no reason why we can't get to the root of this. Okay. Now, like I said, it's immediate investigations, and I'm sure that in the next few days, we will get the findings of the investigations. When we put a political spin on this thing, like it kills me. In fact, my heart is beating so fast because I'm so sad that people have been killed this way for whatever reason. If somebody sits somewhere and says, oh, go here. This government was sworn in on the 7th of January. I've seen all the statements, including the one from organized labor. But let's not please, because I think one of your newspapers even said these are NDC miners. Mm-hmm. First of all, how do you even know that these are illegal miners? Because we are all sitting here, we're not there. Mm-hmm. So if somebody stands somewhere...
serving illegal miners.
Look, if somebody stands there who's identifying himself as an organizer somewhere or whatever and says somebody should go and do something, that is an issue that will be dealt with. But let's not put a political spin on it. Because you see, we took over, how many days ago? Today is what, 20th? So, 7 minus 20, 13 days ago. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks. We are still, finding our feet, etc., etc. Like I said, what has happened is so bad. But when we put a political spin there, it makes me want to go back. Look, these publications, this is Ghana Web. This is October 2022. Military men allegedly shoot at youth, I guess. No, I don't know what they say, at youth, trying to rescue 20 illegal miners trapped at Obuasi. October 2022. Did NGC send them there as well? I'm just trying to get my facts right, so. Another publication. Soldiers fire shots in clash with angry Obuasi youth. This is May 2023. May 2023, again. Rampaging youth destroy property in Obuasi over detention of illegal miners. Was this also NDC who sent them to go? You see, even when we won the elections, and there were riots and stuff in Kumasi, people were accusing the NDC that it was NDC doing it. And I said, listen, we haven't even taken office. So why can't the police do their job? We are so happy to blame everything on NDC. We saw some of the comments that were made when NPP was in power. Our main concern was, let's deal with this illegal mining. Our main even concern was even the mining in the water bodies. Mm-hmm. Because when you go to Akwetia and those areas, because I used to go to Akwetia quite often, and you see some of the babies that are being born in hospitals, you ask yourself, why are we doing this to ourselves? In fact, when people were going to demonstrate against this illegal mining galamsey, what did the MPP government do? Arrested them and detained them for how many weeks? Suddenly, women's organizers, so-called, are saying that people should go and take over mines, etc., etc. We shouldn't do that. I think we need to move the conversation beyond how do we ensure that this doesn't happen again. Because this just didn't happen now. It's happened years past, 2021, 2022. In fact, in June 2022, Anglo Ashanti issued a statement, I can forward that to you, addressing some of these issues. Mm-hmm. The youth in the town feel like, oh, once you're not using this mine, maybe give it to us to use. I think this calls for maybe more broader and deeper stakeholder engagement with the community. Yes, with the community, with the youth. Do you understand?
Obuasi itself has a youth problem with the mining activity.
Unemployment has been there. We've been in power, like I said, for 13 days. Are we going to solve the unemployment issue now? What has happened is wrong, and I'm hoping that when the investigations are conducted and concluded, we will find out what the real story was. And those who deserve to be punished, I'm sure, will get their just punishment. But please, let's not do this political spin thing. It doesn't help us. We've come from 8 years of an MPP government. We've seen what has happened. I rather now am praying that we will sit with the community in Obuasi. We'll sit with the chiefs, find out. Because when you go to Obuasi, you ask yourself, is this really a gold mining town? Obuasi should be like the way Takoradi is now. But it's not, unfortunately. Yeah. It's not. So how do we engage with these young people? Because remember, we need these are young people. Oh. We need them to be able to reset Ghana, as we said during our campaign, and build the Ghana that we want. We don't want to send our youth knowing that military are protecting them, protecting these mines, so they go and then they are shot. Like I said, I've seen the videos. I watched the videos yesterday, and I said, these are people's children, people's sons, people's husbands, people's brothers. And more important, these are Ghanaians. We need these youth to be able to help them so that they also help us build Ghana. Why would we incite them and say, go? So please, let's not put political spin on this thing. It doesn't help the discourse at all. What we rather need to find out is why these things keep happening, so that we can deal with the issue once and for all.
But her attempt to put a political spin was to say that if a political head had not promised that, well, we've come into power,
Annie,
so
you see,
we'll give
if
you
you listen to President Mahama, he never said he would allow anybody to continue to do galamsey. He never. I was on the campaign trail for weeks. Please, I beg you. I was very, very quiet when you were talking. Let me flow, because the way my heart is beating. We didn't promise anybody that will give them galamsey to do. Galamsey is illegal mining. What we kept on talking about was responsible mining. I've seen this organized labor statement, and they're talking about blah, 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 2 weeks. Should I even go on organized labor right now? What didn't they do last year? When they were doing all the hue and cry, did they not backtrack? And that was on illegal mining. They even write the whole thing. President Mahama to ban within 2 weeks all forms of small-scale mining. Annie, do the small-scale miners, don't they pay taxes? Small-scale mining is legal. So maybe they themselves should get their facts right. You see, these things, like, it hurts, because we have to move beyond, oh, somebody said, go and take over, go and take over. I was in Ashanti region when people were looting. Did we also come and say they were NPP people? But we condemned that this is not right. What is wrong is wrong. But when we put a political, we can put political spins on a lot of things. We can go as far back as how many years? 8 years? And say some of the things that their former minister said. But we were just engaging in terms of how do we stop galamsey? When you go to Eastern region and you see cocoa farms, people's houses are even being dug under for galamsey. That is what we want to fight. So like I said, nobody in the NDC is going to push people and say, oh, go and take over Anglo Gold Ashanti, knowing well that there are military men there. And like you rightly said, military, they are taught to shoot to kill. Not a policeman who will probably shoot you in the shoulder or use non-lethal rounds or use tear gas. We know how the military operates. So it's an unfortunate situation. Beg you, let's not put a political spin on this thing, because it will not help us. What we rather need to do is, how do we solve this Obuasi problem? This Obuasi youth and community problem. How do we solve it? So that no more lives are lost. Whether it's 8, whether it's 9, no, not even one person should be shot. Some of the shots, like Dr. Bonar was saying, some of the shots when you see it, aish,
it wasn't a close
it's
range.
like close range and body, like flesh is exploding. I mean, I don't know how else to describe this. If we don't solve the deep-seated problem that has been happening over the years, and you guys, you had 8 years old. This is our 13th day. We will make sure that this does not occur in Obuasi again. That is why I am so happy that our president called immediately, Sunday, this is when this thing came out, that immediate investigation, and I'm sure as we're even talking here, is happening. And I'm sure they'll be calling on eyewitnesses, etc., to give their account, because you and I were not there. But it's easy for, people to say that, oh, NDC said, go and take over, etc., etc. Do you understand? Somebody who's identifying as whatever. Wrong is wrong. So let's deal with the issue, because it's deeper than that. Let's deal with this Obuasi issue and make sure that the youth are satisfied, because I feel and I know that there's enough for everyone to go around. In fact, as we've even come to power, we promised lots of jobs and apprenticeships and trying to make sure that these unemployed youth are taking into whatever else they can do. And again, those who want to do mining, all we said was we would advise and, direct you to do proper, responsible mining. There's no reason why you should dam a river and mine there. You saw when this Erastus, you saw his documentaries.
Yeah.
You saw what the military people even did to him.
Yeah. Yeah, we even spoke with him.
Yeah. Look at our water bodies, Annie. So
So Ambassador
Look,
Sampiale
let's
said,
deal with the deep-seated issue, and let's wait for the
fundamental
president's,
problem in Obuasi.
call for investigations to be completed.
Right.
Then, because I don't think that anybody will be shielded. President Mahama is not like that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if indeed somebody did incite them, that person will be dealt with. But for now, let's not do the spin. People have died. People have died.